Hey guys, Steve here with the strategy session for July 15th, 2014. We're going to basically take a quick look at the market, S&P 500 futures here. And, for right now, it look like they're just going sideways, some chop going on until we really break either this 1955 or this 1977 level. Then, that looks like what is going to happen with the market for the next few days. We could easily be setting up a move higher to over this 1977 and a continuation of this trend. But for right now, price is moving sideways. So let's take a quick look at our positions that we have on. So the first one being Apple. Apple closed down 1.17% today, coming back again, really just moving sideways since the breakout. Letting time and price kind of let this trend line catch up. So the more days that we move sideways, the closer to we get to this trend line and potentially to another move higher. And again, with earnings coming up, looks like on Tuesday, this could be very well be what happens until then. The next one is ADM. Again, same as what we talked about in the free trade. And if you haven't subscribed already to the free trade idea, I suggest you do so. It's got some good information in there. And we'll be doing a different trade. After each one closes, we'll be putting another trade on and taking a trade from start to finish, just to see how I trade. And if you're not a premium member and decide not to sign up when that rolls out, at least this gives you some good information and some good tactics to use. But, as we discussed yesterday, we have a doji, which basically is some indecision between the bulls and the bears. And today, a push lower. So a lot of times when you see a doji, usually you'll see a reversal in trend and a reversal in price. So, we could be coming back down to this 46 level or potentially 45 or potentially 44.90 to test this trend line. But for right now, our stop remains 43.51. And really, I wouldn't want to see this come any lower than let's say this 45.22 level. And if it does, hopefully the trend line will give it some support. AMT down 0.37% today. Looks like it went fairly low, down to 90.74, down at about $1 from where it closed, and then closed higher. So this is a good sign that it's bouncing off of this resistance area that now is becoming support. Also have this trend line intact, so nothing wrong with this trade. For right now, stop is still 87.73, but I'd like to move it in the next few days to 88.66, just depending on if we can get some more upside movement. Amazon, we had a great entry yesterday. Today closed down only about 0.25%. So to have these two big bars and not really give much back, that's definitely a good sign. Earnings coming up on the 24th. And again, we closed basically right inside yesterday's bar. All the action was within yesterday's bar, which means it's an inside day, which means it's a consolidating day. So not really much to look at there. EQR was up for today. Again, just it continues to march higher. Nice small 0.5% gains can add up over time. So earnings again on the 29th. Potentially, if we can get a little bit sideways movement, come closer to this trend line and break out, we'll be able to move our stop to almost break even at this 63 level. Fidelity, another strong move. Basically 3 strong moves in a row after this breakout. So definitely confirming the breakout. Weekly chart, you could see bouncing off of that trend line, breaking out on the weekly chart. 56.68 looks like the next possible target. And once we get a breakout over that, we'll see 52-week highs. Until then, earnings coming up on the 29th, and the stop remains at 53.66. Again, with this, I'd like to see a little bit more upside and potentially be able to move our stop to either this 54.34 level or even into this 54.80 level. Time Warner down about 0.93% today. Closed higher than an open, indicated by this open red box, but we are definitely back within consolidation. So this one may need some more time. it could very easily come back to this trend line or even to the lower support of what we determined was a consolidation area. So that's why our stop for now will remain at 67.80. And again, earnings are coming up on the 6th. And the last position that we have on is Wyndham, and really similar to Apple, hasn't really done much since we entered, moving sideways again, in consolidation, potentially setting up for another breakout. I do like the weekly chart that we are, advancing above the weekly resistance, and the trend line isn't very far away. So I feel confident about this one. We're at 72.30 is our stop. Can actually take this off. So that's our stop level, 72.30 area. So let's see what happens with that. And again, that one earnings next week. So a couple trades that triggered. Where is it? There it is. Alerts. A couple trades that triggered for today. Sorry, guys. LUV, Honeywell, HST, Eaton, PBI, Microsoft, UPS, and Kimberly Clark. So we'll take a quick look at each of those. So we'll start with LUV. See what happened if we got any. So this one, is moving above our consolidation that we had identified. The weekly trend, I mean, you can't deny that's a strong trend. Starting to push higher. Looks like earnings are on the 24th, and today being the 15th makes that a non-trade for us, which is unfortunate because we would like to get long this stock. As you can see on the weekly chart, I mean, it went from September to today, and it's gone from about 14 to 27. But guys, just something else to reiterate here. I want you to look at where this started from. A breakout of weekly consolidation. So back here, I mean, of course, hindsight being 2020, back here we may have identified this as a potential breakout, and I know the previous model portfolio definitely had this position on. I don't believe it was from the $14 level. I think it was more from the $21 level. But still, either way, this is a great trade, and these are the types of trades that make a year. Basically a double with minimal risk. I mean, you're risking maybe $2 and you made 28 to 14. You made 14. So essentially, that was a 7R return. UPS was another one, basically pushing right to the highs. No real breakout there. So that alert will go back on. Another one, I believe, was Microsoft. So Microsoft is pushing above that small consolidation area that we had. But again, earnings on the 22nd makes that a non-trade. Let's go back and just check. Honeywell, HST, Eaton. Honeywell. Again, pushing up, but earnings are Friday, I think. Thursday, one of those days. So we're going to pass on that one, but that's a great setup. Breaking out of weekly consolidation, a nice small daily consolidation. If we were to enter, our stop would be right around this 92.50 level. But for right now, that is a non-trade. Eaton actually closed down after the alert triggered. So again, we'll pass on that. HST. This one is this one's a financial, so I think we're actually maxed out in our financial sector. Either way, though, this potentially, we could, if we're not maxed out in the financial sector, which I believe we are, we could have taken this trade. Not a real definitive breakout, so I probably would pass anyway, no matter what the outcome of our allocation is. But again, if we were going to take the trade, our stop would be 21.91. Our entry here, So we'd be risking a little bit less than $1. But for right now, we're going to pass on HST. And let's see. That one. UPS, Kimberly Clark. I don't remember if I looked at these. UPS. Yeah, we looked at UPS. And Kimberly Clark. Kimberly Clark finally getting that breakout that we've been looking for. A nice 52-week high at 113.97. Closed just slightly below it. But however, earnings are the 22nd, so we are going to pass on Kimberly Clark. So as you can see, our our watch list was fairly mixed as far as, up stocks versus down stocks for today. So, it was kind of one of those days where, we had some volatility in the market. At one point it was down like 7 or 8 points, the S&P, and then it was down only 2 points. So we closed at the higher end of the range. But again, just looking at the red versus the green, we're essentially a split watch list here. So, guys, that's it for tonight. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be able to put one out tomorrow, a strategy session. So if I can, I definitely will. If not, the next one will be on Thursday. So let's just, if anything happens, I'll definitely tweet it out, as far as if we get stopped out of any positions or any triggers. But I don't foresee anything at this time. But like I said, if anything does happen, I'll make sure I tweet it and I'll post it on the blog just as a notification. So definitely keep making sure you check back for that. And if you guys are like the information, I'd definitely like to hear from you. If you see anything that you're not 100% satisfied with, or something you think I can do better, because I'm here to learn from you guys just as much as you're here to learn from me. So my system obviously is not the holy grail of trading, and so you guys might have different ways of doing things, but I'd like to hear about it. So definitely shoot me an email or leave some comments on the videos. And if the information is something that you think somebody else would benefit from, I ask that you just definitely share the information and retweet it and email it out. And if you haven't signed up already for the newsletter, I do send a newsletter out every night with the links to each of the free trade and the strategy session videos. Ultimately, once this does go into a membership, only members will be able to access the strategy session, but everybody will get the free trade video embedded as well. So guys, have a great night. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. If not, it'll be Thursday. Take care.